Just as concerns starting to build over this year's fire season, Mother Nature steps in with a welcome turn to colder, wetter weather. And while that's not the only factor determining how much smoke we'll see this summer, it's certainly an important one. Montana's 2020 fire season turned out to be what forecaster Colleen Haskell calls a late bloomer, a short, intense stretch in August and September, followed by a slow wind down, capped with early fall rain and snow.
The west side of the Continental Divide, including western Montana, had adequate precipitation, and we got that in a regular interval, or about once a week we get enough precipitation in the rain through the fall. But on the east side of the Continental Divide, it was considerably drier.
The early season storms actually helped the following year.
Snowpack tends to compress or compact the at least the fine fuels like the grasses and the brush. Get those leaves on the ground and get them composted, if you will, so that they're not available to burn in the spring during our windy season.
But then the dry spell hit, despite a La Nina forecast indicating a wetter and colder winter.
There wasn't the timing or the synchronization of the La Nina characteristics with the climate signal between the atmosphere and the ocean. It took some time to sync that up. And so instead, what we ended up getting was a very dry period, some record dryness from November through January.
The change has been pretty dramatic. These mid-level south-facing slopes where so many fires start were bare and dry just last week. Now there's a nice base layer of snow that helps knock the fuels down from last season, but also traps the moisture at the surface, helping us as we go into spring and summer. The initial fire season forecasts weren't all that gloomy even before the weather flipped, the exception being northeast Montana, which is extra dry. But for the rest of the state, the cold and snow couldn't have hit at a better time.
So now that we've got a little bit of snowpack on the ground and we're expecting more over the next several days with that cooler weather, that should help take the edge off of what we've been experiencing for the last several months.
Now again, Haskell says that in addition to snowpack, spring temperatures and of course spring rains also are a huge impact on delaying or diminishing our actual fire season. Next on KPAX, we head out to Helena, where some new proposed legislation is gathering some opposition from labor union groups.